Imagine spending years pouring yourself into people who never once asked how you were really doing. Imagine showing up for every birthday, every crisis, every 2 a.m. phone call, while your own name barely crosses their mind on an ordinary day when nothing is wrong. You already know this feeling. Maybe you're living it right now with a friend who only calls when they need something, a family member who dismisses you the moment you stop being useful, or a partner who treats your loyalty as a given rather than a gift they need to keep earning. Here's the truth Stoicism has been teaching for over 2,000 years. You were never meant to keep begging for a seat at a table where you were never truly welcome. Letting go isn't cruelty, it isn't bitterness, it is one of the most disciplined, most virtuous acts a person can perform because it requires you to stop outsourcing your worth to people who never intended to protect it. Today we're walking through 7 Stoic rules that will change how you see loyalty, love, and self-respect, drawn directly from Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to recognize when someone has silently written you off, how to release the guilt of walking away, and how to protect your peace without becoming cold or bitter. If you've ever wondered whether you're the problem for simply wanting better treatment, this video will settle that for good. Before we begin, if this resonates with you, do us a simple free favor. Hit subscribe. And stay with me until the end, because Rule 7 is the one that changes everything. The first rule is this: stop mistaking familiarity for value. We are wired to confuse how long we've known someone with how much they actually value us. You've known your cousin since childhood, so you assume closeness in years means closeness in care. You've been friends since university, so you assume history obligates loyalty. But the Stoics understood something modern psychology is only now catching up to. Time does not create worth. Character does. Marcus Aurelius wrote that we should never value anything so highly that it forces us to betray a friend, break a promise, or lose our own self-respect just to keep it close. He's warning us about clinging to relationships purely because they're familiar, even when they require us to shrink or abandon ourselves to keep the peace. Ask yourself honestly, if you met this person today, exactly as they are, would you choose them? Or are you only staying because they've always been there? Familiarity feels like safety, but safety and value are not the same thing. Separate nostalgia from evaluation. Nostalgia asks how long they've been here. Evaluation asks what they actually bring right now. The second rule is this: recognize that their indifference is information, not a puzzle you need to solve. One of the most exhausting things a person can do is spend years trying to decode why someone treats them poorly. Why did they cancel again? Why didn't they check in when I was struggling? We treat these like riddles when the person has already answered them through their actions. Epictetus taught that we suffer not from events themselves, but from the meaning we assign to them. When someone consistently shows you indifference, the suffering doesn't come from the indifference. It comes from you refusing to accept what it's telling you and constructing a softer story instead. She's just busy. He didn't mean it that way. Sometimes that's true, but when a pattern repeats for months or years, the explanation stops being circumstantial and becomes character. Stop interpreting, start observing. You don't need a confrontation. You simply need to believe what they've already shown you and decide what you'll do now that you know. The third rule is this: detach your self-worth from their approval. Somewhere along the way, we learn to measure our own value by how hard we have to work to be seen. If they finally text back, we feel worthy. This is not love. This is a nervous system addicted to intermittent reward, chasing approval that was never guaranteed to come. Seneca warned against tying our peace of mind to things outside our control, and nothing sits more outside your control than another person's opinion of you. The moment you chase it, you hand over your emotional state to someone who has already shown you they aren't a careful custodian of it. Your worth is not up for a vote. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself daily that the only approval that matters is his own conscience, not the crowd. Catch yourself the moment you feel that familiar ache for validation and ask, would I still believe in my own worth if this person never changed? If yes, you've already done the hardest part. The fourth rule is this: Understand that walking away is not betrayal, it's integrity. We're taught that loyalty means staying no matter what, that leaving is a moral failure. This belief keeps good people trapped in relationships that have stopped serving anyone, including the person they're staying loyal to. The Stoics measured virtue not by endurance for its own sake, but by whether your actions aligned with reason and integrity. Staying in a relationship that consistently disrespects you is not virtuous. It's a betrayal of the self dressed up as loyalty to someone else. Epictetus drew a sharp line between what's within our control and what isn't. Another person's capacity to value you is not within your control. Your decision to keep offering yourself despite the evidence is, and continuing to do so, is not noble, it's self-neglect. Walking away is not you failing them. It's you finally protecting the one relationship you're actually responsible for, the one with yourself. The fifth rule is this: grieve the relationship, not the illusion. Even when you know letting go is right, it still hurts, and the Stoics never asked us to pretend otherwise. What they asked was that we understand what we're actually grieving, because most people grieve the wrong thing. You're rarely grieving the person as they actually were. You're grieving the version of them you hoped they'd become, the friend who would finally show up, the parent who would finally see you clearly. That version never existed outside your own hope for it, and hope, unmet long enough, curdles into grief. Marcus Aurelius wrote about accepting things as they are, not as we wish them to be, because resistance to reality is the root of most unnecessary suffering. This doesn't mean suppressing your grief. Stoicism is often misunderstood that way. Feel the loss fully. Mourn the future you imagined. But don't let that grief pull you back into a present that never matched the fantasy. Cry over what could have been, while still walking firmly away from what actually is. The sixth rule is this: replace the space. Don't just empty it. One common mistake after distancing yourself from someone is leaving a void where they used to be, then wondering why you feel worse instead of better. Letting go is only half the equation. The other half is deliberately filling that space with something that actually serves you. Marcus Aurelius treated his mind like a garden that required constant tending, because whatever you fail to plant intentionally, something else grows there instead, usually resentment or the temptation to reach back out. After you let go of someone, redirect that same energy toward relationships and pursuits that actually reciprocate it. Reinvest it in a friendship that has quietly shown up in the background, or in a goal, a version of your own life that doesn't require anyone else's permission to matter. This is amor fati in practice, not pretending the loss doesn't hurt, but actively building something meaningful from what remains. The seventh and final rule is the one most people scroll past, and it's the one that changes everything. Master the art of indifference, without becoming indifferent to life itself. Stoic indifference doesn't mean caring about nothing. It means caring deeply about the right things, and refusing to waste that depth of caring on people who've proven unworthy of it. Epictetus taught that some things are within our power, and some are not. And true tranquility comes from directing our energy toward the former. You cannot control whether someone values you. You can control how much of your one finite life you keep offering to someone who doesn't. Picture two people receiving the same dismissive treatment. One spirals for weeks, replaying it, sending one more hopeful message. The other feels the sting honestly, then redirects their attention elsewhere, understanding the difference between what they can influence and what they can't. The event was identical. The suffering was not. That difference is the entire practice of Stoicism in a single moment. This isn't built overnight. It's built through small daily choices to withhold your energy from those who don't deserve it. Over time, people who once had the power to ruin your day with a single comment stop holding that power at all, not because you stopped feeling, but because you finally learned where feeling belongs. Letting go of people who don't value you is not a loss. It is a redistribution. Every ounce of loyalty and love you stop giving to someone who never earned it becomes available for someone or something that will. So take inventory. Look honestly at who has earned the version of you that shows up, again and again, and who has simply been allowed to stay out of habit, guilt, or fear of being alone. You already know the difference. The only question left is whether you're finally ready to act on it. If this video gave you even a small piece of clarity today, that's exactly why this channel exists. Subscribe if you want more grounded, practical, Stoic wisdom, and I'll see you in the next one.